The 9.
Welcome back. The Pentagon releases a highly anticipated report on what they know about UFOs. But are they telling us everything? TMZ on the case. Executive producer Harvey Levin joins us live from Los Angeles with more. Harvey, good morning to you. I am so glad you guys are doing something with this, because what in the world is going on? Of course they're aliens, right?
Well, that's not the way we're approaching it. The way we're approaching it is we are looking at, we've been looking at this for a while now. We knew this report was coming out. So we take the 5 pillars that this report mentions as possibilities, because they essentially threw up their hands and said, we don't know what they are. But they said it could be one of 5 things. It could be U.S. technology, foreign adversaries, natural phenomena, aerial clutter, airborne clutter, or other. So of those 5, we have a Harvard scientist, we have former Pentagon officials, we have Navy pilots, we have U.S. senators, we have documentarians, investigative journalists, and we go through all of these, and you will see one by one, a lot of them getting knocked down. Maurielle, this is not
when you say knocked down, what do you mean, Harvey? Knocked down in terms of what they're saying, or are they debunking what the government says? What do you mean?
They're looking at the government's possibilities and taking a bunch of them off the table. Maurielle, it's not human technology. No country on Earth can take an object from 80,000 feet to sea level in a second and a half, going in hypersonic speeds, breaking the sound barrier without a sonic boom. We can't create machinery that flies without wings, without tails, without propulsion systems, silently. We just don't have that ability, without exhaust, any of that. So there are all sorts of things that defy human technology. So then you keep going down the list. And I think for a lot of people, what they're going to be left with is other. And then the question is, what is other? But until we get an answer, this is a national security threat. And the Pentagon report actually, shockingly to me, acknowledges that. There are military planes up in the air, seeing these every day, and there's been at least one near miss. God forbid one of these things hits an airliner, and that's what it takes to really focus on this seriously. But it is serious. They are up in the air, and we don't know what they are.
And then you think about the Space Force. I saw a report about them over the weekend and how they are advancing their mission to the moon and beyond. Does it not leave people wondering, well, what would be the point of that unless there's something else out there? It can't just be exploration.
Well, I think you really hit on something, and I want to build on it. So look, let me just ask you, be honest with me on this. Do you believe there could be intelligent life outside of our solar system, somewhere in the universe?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay,
yes,
so if you believe that, and I do too, and I do too, and if you believe that, think about this. In the last 50 years, just 50 years, we were able to send people into space, we landed men on the moon, we have gone to Jupiter and Pluto, we are now in the process of trying to, penetrate interstellar space. So if we can go in that direction, suppose there's somewhere up there, there's a civilization that maybe is 1,000 years older than ours. 1,000 years in terms of the universe is a nanosecond, it's nothing. But in technology, it's huge. So if we can go that way, why would we think they can't go that way?
Speak on it. Harvey Levin, this is what I wanted from you. Bring it. I am looking forward to seeing this. Maybe if there's a part 2, just a little something to leave with you. I'd heard some talk about one of these UFOs that was captured on cell phone video, and they said it crashed into the sea. The question I leave you with, sir, did it crash into the sea or go back into the sea? That's all I'm going to say. I don't know who's listening. You know what I mean?
I will tell you, the people who know this, because I know what you're talking about, and you see this object and it looks like it goes in, and then it becomes a vehicle that can traverse air and water with ease. But I will tell you, the video you're talking about, there was a submarine that went down to find it, like immediately, no trace of anything. no trace of debris, of an object, anything. And there are people who are saying, well, as far as we can see, it went in there, but we're not positive. It could have just, again, these objects are traveling at hypersonic speeds. And so this is paradigm changing. It just is. And I think,
for the several
if this
flights
show
that have gone missing lately, and the submarine that just appeared as well. Again, not trying to get too conspiracy deep, but I'm just saying, how are these things not all connected, especially when they're happening over the same oceans? Now I've said too much.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, look, it's the point of this is we should be talking, and we do spend a lot of time, or some time, talking about retaliation by the government, not just the cover-up that we deal with, but retaliation against Pentagon officials who dared to just speak out and say, look, I was assigned this, here's my analysis. And these guys were told, shut up, and when they didn't, one of them had his life ruined, and we talked to them.
Yeah.
So, hopefully you're not going to have that kind of retribution now against people who are honest, speaking out, asking questions.
We will have to wait and see. You make sure you have some extra security as well. Unfortunately, we have to leave it right there. I will be watching and tweeting. I'm looking forward to it. Good to see you, Harvey. All right, the all-new one-hour special, TMZ Investigates UFOs, The Pentagon Proof, airs tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here on Fox 2. Oh, you guys. I'm all in.
Ryan is knocked out.
I said too much, I know.
He is knocked out. That
killed me.
we don't even. Do we care about the tag board? We just keep talking about that.
No.
Killed me.
Yes.
Such a good interview, Maurielle, and